So to talk about the ASP.NET basics, we have already done. Okay. So in basics, what I have covered, let me share with you, and then we'll open the Visual Studio. So we have done the framework. Now this we have done file system, how to add, how to take a file, how to write down the things. I have already told you. So these things are the theoretical part. We just go through this. Okay, this is how it is. This is showing the process. I have told you the client server model. This is actually the client server model. Okay, but when you are using the ASP, you have these events. Okay, that I was telling you when I started the ASP. So this is the very basic part. Then we will start with this now. So we started with C#, although, but we'll start with this. That is known as web server controls. Okay, so web server controls are basically those controls. So we'll learn all these controls, okay, one by one. Okay, so today we will start with some of the basic controls and we'll see how to use them. So we'll see these okay. So drop down list, I was telling you, button control. So I will again go on and do this thing. So we are doing this like this, they are given this. Okay, so we'll do like this, like I was showing you this type of example in the last class. Okay, like they have added code one by and this, they have added this plain, this string, and if the selected value is star, then data source, they are binding this. So we'll do this one today. Okay, this one in which I will bind this array into this value. Okay, so last time I added with the add value. Okay, now today I will do this with different one. Okay, so this will have a different event. I will show you how to generate that also, and then we will see more. Okay, so let's again start with the Visual Studio so that we can understand what is going on. So let's go to the Visual Studio. So if you remember, we started with a web application. So let me start again with a fresh one so that you don't have confusion. So we'll go to the new, then project, then we'll go to C#, then we will go to the web, then only the ASP.NET. We will take the empty. Why we are not taking this? Because if you take web form, the single form, one form will be already added in that project. Okay, we don't want to do that because we wanted to learn it from the basics. Okay, so suppose we are adding this, and suppose we are creating a college project. Okay, so I am giving a name. Okay, the already name is existing, so I am giving it the name one. So once you do that, you will see this message, creating project college project 1. It will take some 4-5 seconds or maybe more, depends on your processor speed and everything. So just wait for it to get open properly. Okay, so it will be blank like this. So I told you how to add it. You have to go to this college project 1. If you right click on this, there will be an option add. Then we'll go to new item. Then we'll take web form. Okay. So I am doing a registration. Okay, registration form, but I am writing registration only. You can write down registration form also. Always remember, don't put a space in the two names. Put underscore between that. That is fine. So I am taking server page, and it will be added. See, it has been added already. So I will not waste the time. I will go directly to this form, and I will see the menus have changed. Previously, see, table is gone. You keep an eye here. If I click on design, see you the interface changes. Table up. Okay, so table will only appear when you are on this design page. Okay, because when you are code page, you cannot do this one, means you cannot use the wizard. When you are on source, that means you are going to write down the table tag. Okay, so that is why the interface changes according to that. Okay, so I am just getting 4 rows and 4 columns. You can add more after that. Okay, even you can put some background color in a table. Go to this, you can put some color on the table. Okay, so this color will appear. Wanted to put the border size also. If I wanted, I can put one. Okay, if I wanted in the form of the table, proper, it should be looking like a table, so you will do this. See, this has happened. Okay, are you getting? So I am doing undo, control Z. I don't want the color. I can do control Y again, and I can change this thing. You can go right click on this, you will go to the properties. So always remember, every control has properties feature. Okay, every control means table also has, and all the toolbox. In the toolbox, whatever controls you see, all controls have properties, different properties. Okay, so there is one way. I will go to the properties here, and you can see this has come. This is the table property. You select the table, you see the table properties. Now the table properties are there, and if I go into some particular column, see TD properties are there. Are you getting? So you always have to see which property you are currently changing, otherwise you will be confused whole time. See, this is the event driven model interface. .NET is a, so at every click some different thing will change around you. So you always have to keep your eye what is happening if you are clicking on something. Suppose I have clicked table, see table properties are there. Okay, so what we need to do, yes, we need to change the color. So we can go here. Okay, we click here this place, and we can go from here also. Okay, so auto class property should be true. This is okay. These are all the properties that will be shown to you. Go to the basics. Okay, and we can go to the source directly if we are having problem. Okay, we will remove this property from here. We can remove it from the properties also. We'll save this. Table now. So I have created this thing wrong, so I will delete this. I will delete cells. Okay, now I only want to, in the first one, what I will do, I put a label. So label is the property when you wanted to write something on the particular page, you can put it. Okay, so here I will write down, I will cut it from here, I will put it here, and I will go into the source code, and wherever I am starting the table, okay, I will before this form also I will put one more div tag here, and here I will write down writing a registration form. What I will do, I will align it into the center. Okay, so you can put You can put this also. You can see this. So I can make this text bold from here also, and I can increase the size from default to large, extra large, or some whatever you want. Okay, we can do this here also, and we can do it from the source also. Okay, so I told you when we were studying, there is a strong property or bold, both you can do it. Okay, so both you can use it. Already. So first we'll use label, and in this box only I will put space, and I can put the other thing. Okay, so first one label, so we'll start from the first this thing, question here. Label control. Okay, so label I will use it in something so that you can understand. Then button, then radio button. So as we have designed this, so we'll do this. Okay, so we'll do display on label. So let's start doing it. This is the label property. Okay, so in the label property I can write down we are taking some different example, and I will select company here. And then what I will do, I will put a drop down list which we did in the last class. Okay, then we will have one button also here. Are you ready? So in this I will first add values from here. Okay, so I told you how to add values from here. I will show you all the other ways also. I will first do from here. Okay, so suppose I am putting in the name here for, I am putting on one more. Okay, I am adding these two. These two are added already. The rest I will not add it from here. I will go to the form page load. So I will show you first. Let's run and see, so that you can figure out the changes. Okay, so you can see selected companies, code and pattern also. The submit also nothing will change because there is no code in the button. Okay. So let's go to the code page. So what I can do, I can double click on the page, or I can double click on the button, left double type clicks. Okay, and double clicking. So see, I have clicked on page. That is why the first event that has occurred is page load event. Okay, so on the page load I wanted to add what? In drop down list dot items dot add. So what I will do, we will add from here now. Okay, so I am copying this. Okay, I am adding this. Now I will refresh this page. Can you see? Once the page reloads, then we need to rerun it, because this page will not go to the server again. Can you see see all these now they have been added. We see there are two different ways, and there are many ways also. I have shown you how to add from the button also. It depends on what event you wanted to program. Just like if you visit any website or you make any web application, you see something happens only when you do something. Are you getting? Because I don't want to show everything. Na? Like Amazon has so many products, but when you select the price band, so they show only those products which is within that price band. Are you getting? Suppose if I select Ford from here, so what should happen? There should appear one more drop down, and in that only the Ford company related vehicles should be listed. Are you getting? So this thing you need to do. So then in order to do this thing type of thing, then you need to have that type of coding. Okay, so let's go to this, and whatever you write in page load event, this method, what will happen whenever I will reload the page of the server, always these values will be added automatically. You don't have to use it because the first event that is called is page load event. Okay, so if we talk about the event, if I write down here ASP.NET page life cycle. Okay, I'm saving it in desktop. I will send this separately. Okay. What is the meaning of ASP? I told you in the previous also. ASP stands for active server pages. Means these are the pages which we are making for the server. Okay, we are doing the server side coding. Whatever we are doing server side coding. We have already done the client side coding, that is HTML, JavaScript and CSS. We will be doing that also, but why we are learning separately, so that you can understand why we are doing what we need to do, when we need to do HTML, JavaScript and CSS, and when we need to do the C# coding for the ASP. Okay. So whatever now I am doing that I am doing C#. This is C# coding. Okay. Because you can see the page name is registration.aspx, that is active server pages, x.cs is C#. Okay. And this was the design page and this was the code page. See, the design page will be always with the .aspx, and .cs page, this is visible to you only because you are the developer, means I am developing it. So I am the developer, I can see this page, but once this application becomes live, user will be only able to see this, whatever I have designed. Okay.
If we add from here,
but the user will not be able to add anything. User will see only this thing which we are seeing in browser. So this is why I am running every time the program, because I wanted to show you what user will see. The user will see like this.
Code and data will appear to user side code.
No, this all will appear to the user side coding, but he will not be able to see how this has been done. For him, for the user, these all codes are same. Means they don't know that these two are being added through the menu and these three from the form load. For them, this is one time the page will load, all these menus will be there. Okay. User don't know that at what place of coding what you have done. Are you getting? Because user doesn't have to do anything in that. What user have to do? User knows that if I select my company and if I click the button, there will be one more drop down list in which we will see the 4 cars. Are you getting? So this thing will happen only when you are doing the same thing. Okay, so we have to just excuse me. So we are doing this logic in order to understand that how we can use it. So there are a lot of things that need to be done. Okay, so let's get back again here. Now I wanted to do one more thing. On the button click, I wanted to write down. So just like if you remember in C# we were writing console.write, right? Here in order to write down on the screen, you need to use response dot response dot write or whatever you use the write. Okay, so response dot write. So whatever responses is wanted, we wanted to display here is we wanted to display here drop down list one dot selected dot selected item. So we can see here we can use the selected item one also, and we can use the selected value also. Okay, so both also we can print, but we will use the selected value because we are selecting the value only. So we will use here selected value dot, then there is a method to string, because we are, when we are writing on a screen or when you are using the console dot write line, there also you remember that the value should be in the form of a string, or you need to print directly the variable. Okay, so we need to convert it into a string, so that is why we are using the toString function. Okay, are you getting? So we wanted to print this. So let me run it again and see what is happening, whether it is working or not. Whenever you are doing any changes in the code, you need to run and see whether your code is working properly or not. Console dot write line will not. Yes. How is it is also for the C#, but that will not work here. It will work for the Windows application. Here in the web, you will write down response dot write. Suppose I am selecting code here. See, are you ready? So suppose I am selecting code. Are you getting? See, the items are getting added because every time when we are loading the form, these values are getting added. Okay. So we need to remove that from there. Okay. So that we don't have that values. We'll go to the code page here. We will remove these. Okay, form load, I am not putting anything. Okay, just a second, Control Z. Let me share this code with you, and then I will. So let me copy it here first, and then I will remove it. Close this arrow in this one. So we are doing drop down list using arrays. Okay. So we are using drop down list only, but now we are using it with arrays. Okay. Are you getting? I will share the code file, this file also. After completion of few classes, I will share all these. But these you will be only able to do when I explain you how to do it. Otherwise, you will not be able to understand which code has to be pasted with. And please, there is a request. Don't try to. I am not sharing this file because I know that what people will do. They will try to copy the code and paste it directly. Okay, that may not work because maybe my project name is college project one, maybe your college project is different, and once you copy and paste it, because there is so much of code, so you will be in a mess. So whatever is there on your website already and whatever you have pasted, that will mix, and you will not be able to understand what is happening. There will be whole lot of red lines all over the code, and then you will be stuck. So try to write, if you are able to write a single word also, a single line also, suppose drop down list. So writing drop down list items, now you forgot what is add or something. But if you write one time successfully this thing, so your this concept will be clear. So how to add item in a drop down list? Because nobody, means in a company, they will never ask you with this property, they will never ask. They will not ask you to add like this. I get it? Always you will be asked is what I am doing it on this page. This way. You need to know this way. Because you can be asked to add it from any place. Are you getting? Suppose my website has 20 pages. Maybe I wanted to do this addition in the first page from the 20th page. Are you getting? Just like I am giving you one example, you will understand. You, all of you, do lot of shopping online, like you're visiting Amazon, Flipkart, or any other website. So you add into the cart. So you are on. So cart is a different page in a website. I'm telling the concept. Cart is a different page, and you are onto the shopping page. You do the shopping, you add to the cart, and it goes into that. So how it is going? It is going with this type of code. So whenever you are clicking on cart, actually cart, whatever you are clicking is a type of a button. Again, it is written add to cart. If you click on that and like this, like drop down list, there is some property which is adding it, items.add, and there is a variable which is like counter. I take a variable name as count, and I am putting first time the count is 0. Whenever you try to add it, I will count it as 1, 2, 3, and whatever the price has been given to it, I will do the calculation part into 1, and the more you add, I will put that calculation into that. So these type of logic is working. Are you getting? So this is what we are means I am showing you this, but once you will learn how to add more forms and how to connect these forms, like in HTML we used to connect with a hyperlink. But when we are learning this server side page, I will show you we can connect with the hyperlink also, and we will connect with this ASP.NET. We have controls also for that. Okay, there are separate buttons ASP has already given you that will look like a hyperlink, but it is working in a much more easier way. So we can use both. So once we will come to that, I will show you. Okay. So here I have added it. Now let's get back to the button again. I have shown you how to get that value. Okay. So I am just commenting it. I will share this also. I will share this code also here. Okay. So this code is for the button code. I am writing here something like case 1 so that you understand. Okay, this is case 1, one type of programming I was telling you. Now I am doing a different type of programming, that is code 2, in which I will add the, in this we will learn to add menu to different drop down list in this we will learn to add menus to different drop down list after selection and different note I will put in 2. Okay, selection 1. Okay, so this question is much more clear. What will happen that if I will select from drop down list 1, select, and it will be added to the drop down list 2. Okay. So let's get back to this. Okay, I have made the comment here. What I will do, I will create the array, same array. So I will told you already what. Okay, I am writing the cars. I am giving you the name cars, putting the array symbol here, equal. Then I will do the same thing. I will add the manual values. So aspire I am adding here, Figo Mustang. Okay. This code can also be there. It's okay. So not much we are going to do. Yes. Okay, so but we'll make it this different one. Not this. Okay, this is one. One. car 2 what I am doing is
Hyundai.
Hyundai cars I am doing. So I will take as names as a short form of this. Okay. So um, this is Hyundai. This is one car should be not doing others. So I'm putting here. I have created it. Now I'll write down the condition. You can create that for them also. Let's create it one more for them. This is for Tata. That is Safari only, some strong. FX, SF, whatever it is. And then we have now I'll put the condition here. If what was it, drop down list 1 dot selected value is what is. So what we have done, we have to see this from here on the browser. Let's see what we have done here. Let me remove this. Okay, I've given the code, so I'm removing this. And from here, what I'll do, I'll edit the items. I'm just adding the values, so it may take little time. So that okay, now I have added it. Now I know what it is. First will be we'll give it any just show you. Then what will happen? I have to take one more drop down. I told you I will take one more drop down list. Okay, here on put some space and put this. Okay, so what I will do first, I will make the visibility of this as false. I don't want to see it, and in the code page I will make it true here. Dot visibility property as true. Okay, and what I can do here now is that drop down list 2 dot and there is one property here, data source. Okay, in data source we need to put the array. So in this I will put fd equals to fd. Okay, are you getting? Like we did here also, shown you here also. So in this we need to put this. Okay, so we need to add it for everyone. Okay, do this, and we have learned only if 4 times. We can use elif also, so we'll see that also. We also need to see the case. See the case in which you have written this. If you write capital Mumbai, maybe it will not detect. So always have this thing very clear in your mind. Yeah. So that is Tata. I am putting T. Okay, T. That is T. Okay, correct. This is. See, it doesn't make a matter in which we are putting this. Wherever you are putting this, just see that this is correct. This is T. Okay. So once you're done, save it. Press Ctrl S, and now you can see what is happening. So first we need to see that all the menus are here or not. Okay. So suppose I select in Tata Motors it is okay. So let's check others. Items are not coming. Okay. So we need to check why it is not coming. Maybe something wrong here. So we are doing something wrong here. So to the source. Okay. So we have not binded the data. We need to bind the data in the end. Okay. Because we have added the data, but there is a property known as binding. So we need to do. Then we have binding means you need to bind. It means we need to put it into the value, into the drop-down list. We have data. We have connected with data source, but we have not binded it. Are you getting connected? Means suppose you are your wheels are being your wheel is getting connected to the wheel cap or whatever it is. Suppose the on where it is being, it has to be screwed down with a nut. So you are putting the wheel, but you are not putting the nut. So putting the nut is data binding. You have put the data source, but you have not binded it. Okay, so if you have not binded it, it is connected, but it will not display. There is a property known as data binding. So it is a method. Yeah, it is a method. Data binding is a method, means it is a function, type of function. So you can see this bracket will be like this is a property. Data source is a property and data binding is a method. Binding is not there. The name is data bind. Okay, but it is doing binding. Like you have heard this word with a book. Book is binded. So what is binding means the pages are stapled or it has been collected with whether with the compression or with a thread, or it has to be binded. Okay. So when if it is binded, then it will be holded together. Okay. It will automatically save if you run, and otherwise you should press Ctrl S always, because some changes are not affected. Okay. So see. Are you getting? So for this we have not done Tata Motors. It has to be Tata Motors. So let me correct it here, and then we can run it. We have given Tata Motors. Now it will work. See, now the pace will be slow because in this you will be learning single control in 2-3 classes. These things will take time. Okay, you see, we can see the cars related to Tata only. So whatever you are selecting, you can see that. So now for this, the task is you go to the website of all the cars. You see they will see this thing. If you select particular year or a model, then related to that, what cars are available in that model will appear. Suppose if I select not company. Suppose we can give in the, I'm giving another idea. Suppose I am selecting in here as Aspire now. Okay. Now if I click the button again after selecting the Aspire, there should one more drop down list should appear in which the models of Aspire will come. Are you getting? So that I will tell you in the next class. Like we don't want this button. Suppose if I select from here only and this form should load and this should automatically change. Currently it is running from the button. You need to click on the button, but
every program we have then
button option that is not required here. You can do it directly with the drop down list, like you will see on the website. That is why I am giving you example. Go to the websites of all these cars or any other website also. You select from the drop down list and you see the menus will change
These kind
automatically.
of things we have done in HTML also, no?
HTML we have done, but HTML doesn't have this power of doing this. On the button you cannot add it from here. These event-driven model they cannot do. Programming part HTML doesn't does. HTML can create this list, single list. Okay, you can create multiple lists, but this list and this list you will not be able to join. I mean, you will not be able to do the programming driven models. So this can be done with this only. Okay, so your task will be this. I will be sharing all the code. So I will be sharing this code of this one also. Okay, whole page here. This will be putting a line here. So first you have to put this. Then you require that I'm putting the whole page code so that you don't have a problem. Then you need to have this. I am also putting the whole page code. So I'll send you the whole page code so that you don't have any problem.
HTML.
This is C# because if you go to this browser, see the differences. Go to the source also. You not this is only client side visible. You cannot see any code I have written in the server side page. See, it has converted to the HTML part. Selected name, this. You can see only the only the design part. This is only the design part. You cannot see the code that I have written on that CS page. Are you getting? So that is the difference. And this can also be compiled and hidden when I will upload. Suppose you complete your website and you buy a domain and something, and when you upload this, then you will be able to convert this or hide it this code also. People will not be able to understand that it is a .NET website or something else. That we can do later on also. That is the last part of once you have completely learned HTML, then that part will come. Okay. That is SQL. That is the last part. After that, once you have done, if you want, that is an optional thing. You can buy a domain and you can see how to upload the website. Are you ready?
The thing we are doing is